Hey, I'm Kyle Sela, physical therapist and strength coach here at Zenergy. I want to tell you a little bit about the anti-fatigue charge bar from AVA Cooling Technology. All right, what this product does is allow you to help thermoregulate or control your body temperature. Why is this important? Well, as we exercise, as we exert ourselves, whether we're inside or outside, our body temperature rises. As our body temperature rises, this leads to fatigue in our body in two ways. The first way is at the muscle cell level. As muscle cells heat up, they lose their ability to continue to contract. This is because of some enzymatic changes that happen from temperature, okay? So the first way we get fatigue from heat is at the muscle cell level. Well, this increased body temperature also sends signals to our brain to decrease our motivation to want to continue to work hard, okay? This is probably an evolutionary protection measure that prevented us from working so hard and not paying attention to heat to the point that we would die, right? So, or have some type of heat injury. So, rising body temperature causes fatigue in our body in two ways. At the muscle cell level, right, it decreases our ability to actually contract, and at the motivational level, it decreases our motivation to want to continue to train because our body temperature is going up, and that's a good thing. Okay, well, our body temperature is regulated at the brain, at the hypothalamus, but it's also regulated in the periphery at areas of our body that are covered by glabrous skin. Okay, so glabrous skin is hairless skin that is found on the palms of our hand, on the soles of our feet, and the hairless portions of our face. Okay, and what's important about areas with glabrous skin is that underneath they have a special network of blood vessels called AVAs, or arterial venous anastomosis. And these blood vessels are direct connections of artery to vein, so there's no capillaries involved. And what this means is that they are highly effective and efficient at regulating body temperature. And this is a system you already use. So when you're hot at night and you stick your foot out from underneath the blanket, you dump heat out of your foot on purpose, okay? Because it's highly efficient. You stick your foot out, you cool down very quickly. That's why in the morning, if you're cold, you grab your hot cup of your mug of coffee and you put your hands on it, because that's gonna warm you very efficiently. Or it's why when you were a kid, your mother knew to put a cold rag on your forehead because she was taking advantage of those AVAs. Now, we may not have known that, but as humans, we inherently learn how to use this system to help regulate our body temperature. So a scientist at Stanford looked into how to leverage this physiology to help with exercise. And what he did was a series of experiments with people who would do the same sets and reps of exercise with the same amount of rest in between, and he would compare who could get more work done over the course of a workout. And what he kept finding was that people who were palm cooling between their sets and reps of exercise did far more work volume, so they were able to train at a higher level for longer than the people who did the same amount of rest but did not palm cool, okay? And this research has been backed up by others at other universities. So upon learning this, I was curious and wanted to find a way to try palm cooling myself, but I could not really find a practical way to do this on my own in the gym, right? Practical meaning that I could easily do it and that it was affordable and that it wasn't too cumbersome to take with me. And I wasn't finding very much. So I started to develop my own product, which is this anti-fatigue charge bar that you see in front of you. All right, so how the anti-fatigue charge bar works is that we have material and the water inside are highly resistant to temperature change. So it takes a lot of energy to change the temperature of our bar 1 degree plus or minus, okay? So when we get our charge bar set to the right temperature, it will last quite a while with you holding it between your sets or between your intervals or between your swimming laps. It'll resist the change in temperature and help cool the blood that is going through those AVAs underneath the palms of your hands, okay? So it's super simple to use. Here at Zenergy, you can just go over to the water fountain, pop the top off, okay, and fill your charge bar with water, okay? The water in our sinks is set between 42 to 45 degrees, which is perfect. We don't want the water in our charge bar to be too cold, okay? We don't want our nervous system to think it's actually cold outside, because if it's freezing cold, our blood vessels will constrict and won't cycle that blood underneath the palm or through the palm, okay? So we want it between 45 and 50 degrees. So at Zenergy, it's really easy to just pop the top off, fill up your charge bar at the sink or at the fountain, and you will have a perfect starting temperature, and this charge bar will last for, upwards of an hour as you use and hold that bar between your sets and reps of exercise or intervals or swim laps or running intervals, okay? So All you have to do is your typical workout. You're going to take your typical rest breaks. So anytime you're going to rest for at least 30 seconds, it makes sense to go ahead and hold on to the charge bar. That'll help decrease that rise or the slope of that rise in your body temperature, and that will help delay fatigue. And this can greatly enhance your workout. Okay, so a very simple tool, very simple technology, but leveraging the physiology in our body to help control temperature. So we can purchase these here now at Zenergy. I would appreciate your business, and let me know if you have any questions.